Welcome to Transformation World. Welcome to the SNP Dome. Thank you so much for being here. With the huge tailwind we have after Sapphire, I think it's just fantastic that we as a data community can spend the next couple of days together. So thanks again for coming to Heidelberg. This means a lot to us, and this means a lot to me personally. We have, thank you. We have about 1,500 customers and partners here from more than 50 countries. And of course, thank you. Thank you for coming. And of course, many customers from Germany, like of course, BMW, E.ON, KSB, or Danone from Central Europe. But also many companies from other parts of EMEA, GSK, Shell, or Lulu. Yeah, and we have many customers who took a very long journey. Customers from North America, like for example, Pepsi, Adobe, or Microsoft. And many customers, I see Marcus here, many customers from Latin America, like for example, yes, of course. Like for example, Minsur from Peru, or South Bay, where's Minsur? Hey. Or South Bay from Argentina. Again, thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. This is now much more a global event, which is the reason why we, based on your feedback, decided to conduct all presentations in English. Now, for someone like me, who comes from Monum, Sprache immer schwierig. Yeah? All languages are difficult, including German, by the way. So please bear with me. Let's give it a try, and let's see how we go. I would also like to welcome two members of our supervisory board, Karl Biesinger, Peter Meyer. Unfortunately, Thorsten couldn't make it. And I also want to welcome many, many friends from SAP. We have more than 80 registrations. This is 3 times as much as last year. And it's really good to see so many familiar faces. Yeah, of course, Jan Gilk, who will do the keynote later. I already saw Kurt Bauer, Thomas Bamberger is here. So a warm round of applause and welcome to all our friends and colleagues from SAP. And of course, a very special welcome to Tatjana Schneider-Neureiter. Tatjana, always very good and encouraging to see your warm smile at these events. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you. Also, of course, a special thank you to all our sponsors. Without you, this event would not be possible. And here, your event sponsorship is certainly very important. But even more important is your active role at this event, your active contribution to presentations, to discussions, and being an active part of the community here. So thank you to all of you. We are incredibly grateful for the partnership. Thank you. A very special thank you, of course, to our premium sponsors, starting with IBM. IBM is our longest standing strategic partner. Where are colleagues from IBM? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for believing in us early. Yeah, and without you, we would not be the company we are today. So thank you again for being a premium sponsor. Thank you. And thank you to a new premium sponsor. Thank you to EY for being a sponsor for the first time. And thank you for being all in. Thank you for being a premium sponsor right away. Thank you for your trust. And thank you for believing in our joint future. Thank you very much. So, the theme of our event is winning together. And this is not only because of the Euros, but we sincerely believe that only together we can get stuff done, being addressing challenges or seizing the big opportunities we have today. And there's, of course, a lot we can learn from sports. So I'm very excited that we have two special guests here today. And as a tennis player, first, I'm hugely thrilled to have Andrea Petkovic, former top 10 player, successful book author, and TV commentator. She will join Camilla Dahlen. Where's Camilla? Camilla Dahlen, our newly promoted president for North America. So Andrea will join Camilla here on stage later tonight. And second, this normally looks very different. Where's Matthias? Where? You know that, right? Because you're the managing director of the MLP Academics. Normally, this is a basketball arena. So we are very happy to have here the championship coach of the German national basketball team, Gordon Herbert, who will deliver a keynote here on this stage tomorrow morning at 9:30. So now, I can't help myself. I'm a big football fan. So who will join me for the public viewing tonight? Very good. And who believes that Germany will win? So here's my prediction. So this is recorded, so I will be on the safe side. Yeah. So Germany will win 2-0. Yeah. No goals at halftime. 61st minute, Kai Havertz with a header. And 83rd minute, Gündogan with his right foot. Yeah? So whoever disagrees, find me in the afternoon, and I'm happy to take a bet. Yeah? So looking forward to the game tonight. So coming back to the theme of Transformation World, the theme of the event, Winning Together, is also connected to a core belief we have as a company. We sincerely believe that we only win when our customers and partners win. So the first and foremost objective we have is the success of our customers and partners. And when our customers and partners win, in the end, at the end of the day, S&P will be successful as well. Hence, we are incredibly grateful that the entire community came together here in Heidelberg. So thank you all again for being here. Thank you very much. Now, I have 3 topics with me in my opening before I hand it over to Jan for the keynote. So first, I want to have a quick look back on the topics we have discussed last year and the progress we have made in the meantime. Second, I want to double-click on RISE with SAP. How are we helping to make the journey to RISE as fast, as efficient, as predictable, and as risk-free as possible? And third, what is our more mid and long-term strategy? So quick question, who was here at Transformation World last year? Quite a few. That's good that you came back. So hard to believe that already more than 1 year has passed. And last year at Transformation World, I was in my assignment here for less than 6 months. And we were anchoring our discussions around the feedback we have received from our customers. So quite a few aspects around our software platform, which I will address at the end of my opening, but also topics around services, our globalization approach, our ESG strategy, and our ecosystem. So on the services side, we heard that our customers and partners are quite happy with our technical services. However, we should improve in the area of project management, and we should be more proactive on the consulting side. And to address this, we certainly invested a lot in training and enablement. But we are also very happy that we could win Trigon Consulting as a new family member. Since the beginning of May, Trigon is part of SNP. We are very excited about that, and we're very happy that we have many Trigon colleagues here at this event. And in particular, I want to welcome the managing directors of Trigon. Heinz Kuhnle and Silke Herold, where are you? Somewhere, I hope. Yeah. And again, thank you for your trust, and welcome to SNP. So I'm sure Trigon will help us to bring our project management and consulting services in our core business, in the area of data migration and data management, to the next level. Another topic we also highlighted last year is the expectation of all our customers and partners that we are present in all global SAP markets. So one example is Brazil, by far the biggest SAP market in South America. And last year, of course, and last year we mentioned our plans to open an office in Sao Paulo. Well, in the meantime, we have an office and a legal entity in place. We have set up a small but extremely strong team. We work very well together with our colleagues from SAP. We are tightly connected with our regional ecosystem, with IBM, with Accenture, Deloitte, Delaware, PwC, and many other partners. And we have already completed 5 successful go-live projects. One of the customers I met last night at the boat, and I hope he's already here, from Cipra. Where? Here we go. Yeah. So thank you very much for making this long trip, and thank you for your strong endorsement of our partnership as a reference. As a result of all of this, we basically had no business in Brazil in Q1 last year. And in the meantime, in Q1 this year, we could record a multi-million euro order entry. So congratulations, Markus, to you and your team. We are incredibly proud of everything you do. Yeah. And the value, yeah, you always put the customers and partners first, yeah, and everything else is just the result, the value you create for our customers and partners here. So we are incredibly proud of that. In the same way, we are proud of what we achieve in other strategic markets like France, the Middle East, the Nordics, or Mexico. So, thank you. We also invested a lot in our ESG agenda. For example, we made progress on the diversity side, and you will see this reflected in the lineup of speakers we have at this event. Also, we are supporting both local community projects and global initiatives like UN Women. But here, I want to double-click on one specific topic we mentioned last year, particularly Tatjana, since you are here with us again today. So last year, we launched, in the name of our founder Andreas, together with the University of Heidelberg, a scholarship allowing students who are facing personal challenges to continue their education. I want to thank the Faculty of Physics, not only for the great partnership, but also for the very thoughtful selection of the scholars. We are thrilled that we can provide a contribution in the name of Andreas to 2 wonderful students, and I met both of them, yeah, both with a really non-linear journey through life. So Rabea Freis, working on her bachelor degree in physics, and Niels Bock, working on his master's degree. So both of them are here. Thank you for your interest in SNP. Thank you for your interest in the legacy of Andreas, and thank you for helping us to keep the spirit of Andreas alive. Thank you very much. We also created more space for ESG at the main agenda of Transformation World for 2 inspirational external speakers. Auma Obama will share insights on her foundation, and Julia Freudenberg, CEO of Hacker School, will talk about her mission to ensure that every young person gets to know programming before deciding on a career. So you don't want to miss their sessions tomorrow. I will be there for sure. Great speakers, really proud about that. And yesterday we had a great partner day with 250 partners attending. Here today in the S&P Dome, we have more than 700 partners. And one of our key strategic objectives is to grow and to scale through partners. In 2022, our partner growth was around 10%. And that was pretty much on the same level as the entire company. In 2023, our partner business was growing 51% versus 37% from us as a company. And on top of that, in Q1 this year, so on top of the fantastic growth in 2023, in Q1 this year, we again could grow the partner business by 54%. So in the meantime, Lutz said it yesterday at the partner day, in the meantime, our ecosystem business is more than 50% of the company. So now please, this is now something to all my S&P colleagues here in the room, give it away for our partners. A huge round of applause. Thank you for your trust and your investment. Thank you. So the second key objective we're having with our partners is to improve our software to services ratio, i.e. we want the share of data migration services delivered by our partners to go up. And also here, we made significant progress. Today, some of our partners are completely self-contained. For example, All for One in the SME space in DACH is able to completely deliver all data migration services with their own consultants. With others, we only deliver premium engagement services. So for example, with Accenture in DACH or with Fujitsu in Japan. And this is the reason why we could improve the software ratio of our total business to 34%. So again, thank you to all our partners for your investment in our technology and for believing in our joint future. Thank you very much. So, overall, we feel that we made progress, and we have improved not only with regard to our financials and our stock price, but we also feel that we have moved the needle in our focus areas. So one more time, thank you to my colleagues, thank you to our customers and partners, and I really, really appreciate everything we have done together in the last 12 months. As I mentioned at the beginning, I now want to double-click on RISE with SAP. This is one of our key strategic focus areas. We at S&P, we are very excited about RISE. S4 and RISE migrations are in the meantime more than 50% of our business. And we, Jan, I believe you know that, we are a proud RISE reference customer ourselves. And I must say, I have not seen one single customer who is not hugely excited about what's possible with S4 and RISE. However, I have met quite a few customers who are, what's the right word, I would say, unsure about the journey to get there. And here we see a growing demand for selective data migration. The typical early adopters, the more simple migrations are already done. So what we see now in the market are more complex scenarios, however, with a huge business impact after the migration. And this is, of course, right down our alley. This is absolutely in our sweet spot. So this is the reason why we see such a strong demand for our solutions at the moment. So what we currently see in the market, and I know that for many of you, this sounds now a little bit like stating the obvious, but I still believe it's important to briefly reflect on this at the beginning of this event. So what we currently see with many of our customers is a high degree of complexity with fragmented landscapes, multiple instances, sometimes outdated systems, sometimes even off maintenance. Our customers are dealing with capacity constraints. On top, they have already calves planned for China or Russia, which puts even more pressure on the teams. And then looking at a more standard migration approach, there's a huge fear of disrupting the operational business. So, with a standard migration approach, we see typically multiple projects needed, both to address the complexity we have just seen and to put in place what's needed for conversion to S4 and RISE. And for most of them, it's better to have the cutover date exactly at the end of the fiscal year. So what you see here is just an illustrative example. A typical customer project portfolio includes a China calf, an upgrade to the latest enhancement pack, projects to address customer vendor integration and data quality, the implementation of new GL, the consolidation of instances, and to drive incremental value, for example, a document split. You name it. Now, the benefit of our approach is that we can collapse all these individual projects into one step. And this leads to a series of customer benefits. First, faster time to value. In the SME space, we see project durations of sometimes less than 6 months. Higher flexibility because we can go live at any point in time during the fiscal year. Cost reduction through a high degree of automation. Risk minimization. Our software is fully audited by EY and PwC. And the next point is very important to me, a very high user acceptance because we also migrate historical transactional data, i.e. the end user in all the new RISE processes with all the benefits from RISE has the perception that the system was always there. And lastly, minimum disruption. Through our near zero downtime approach, and one example would be Co-op, where we had 2 systems with overall 64 terabytes, and we could migrate them in one single step in less than 15 hours. So now the question is, and I know many of you already know that, but the question is, how do we achieve this? The core principle, the secret sauce of our approach, is that we decouple system modernization from data migration. This gives you maximum flexibility on the application layer, and it allows you to quote Christian at Sapphire, it allows you to bring out the best in your business. And on the data side, you get the benefits which I just mentioned, being you can be very selective, you can go live at any point in time of the fiscal year, you can migrate historical data, and near zero downtime. So now what many customers of us appreciate is that we don't do anything else. We only focus on data migration and data management. So we already have successfully completed more than 15,000 transformation projects. We do this and nothing else. We do this for a living. And this experience is now captured in the content we have in our software. For example, in Mission Control, which offers guided procedures for our migration projects. And this allows us to scale. This allows us to very efficiently deliver in a joint factory approach together with our customers and partners. So we already talked last year about the endorsement we get from our ecosystem. 17 of the top 20 SAP system integration partners work with our software. And I also said last year how important it is for us as a company, and Tatjana, we talked about this a lot, to keep the legacy of Andreas alive. And he very often said actually, nobody can do this. Nobody except us. So What makes me, of course, very proud is to work for a company with a strong legacy like that, but it makes me even more proud if I hear the same thing from our customers and partners. And now maybe just anecdotally, I was on a customer call, I believe 2 months ago or something like that, very late, I remember, it was with a customer at the West Coast. Where is Steele, by the way? Steele here? Steele, you remember probably, right? You were with me on the call. Yeah? And we have not met the CIO yet. We have not met the CIO yet. And she said to me, Jens, I wanted to meet you because when we were asking IBM if they can take over the project, they said, yes, we can, but only with SNP. And this level of endorsement makes me more proud than anything else. So thank you again to all our partners for your continued trust. Thank you. Thank you. So our ecosystem is growing more and more also with technology partners. And here we have 2 main objectives. First, we want to enrich the scope of our migration solutions. And second, we want to make it easier for customers and SIs to work with us. And you see on this slide just 3 examples. We have fully integrated CTQ and SmartShift into our scan solutions. CTQ for the data quality of business partners and SmartShift for the customizations. And with Tricentis, we work in the area of user acceptance tests. So thank you also here for your partnership, and also here, winning together. We all win when our customers win. Thank you for your trust. And the ultimate proof point, of course, is the feedback we get from our customers. And here we are humbled by the number of reference clients we could win over the last years. But now I could not be more excited to welcome one of our customers here on stage. Welcome BMW. Welcome Sheila. Welcome Gulnas. Hi, grüß dich. Hallo. Vielen Dank, dass ihr das macht. Vielleicht stellt ihr euch einfach hierher. Und everybody, of course, knows BMW. Yeah, but why don't we start by you giving us a little bit more details about BMW and the SAP landscape you have?
Sure, Jens. As you say, BMW as a brand hardly needs an introduction. But let's give you a little bit of context about BMW Group. So BMW Group has not just BMW, but also Mini, Rolls-Royce, and BMW Motorrad. Last year, we sold over 2.5 million cars and over 200,000 motorcycles. We produce at locations in 30 places in the world, including China, USA, Mexico, South Africa, and of course, many locations here in Europe as well. Not to forget, we are also a bank. We have a financing, leasing, and fleet business, which puts about 30 of our entities under some kind of financial industry regulation as well. Let's think. So, with regard to SAP systems, we have almost 100 SAP productive instances that we need to bring to S/4HANA on RISE. And for certain locations and processes, we have a brownfield strategy. But for our core finance, plant, and after-sales processes, we are going greenfield. So we're building new global templates, leveraging innovations, and really importantly, streamlining and standardizing processes and data models.
So thank you very much. So what are the key challenges you are facing?
Well, in the brownfield, we obviously have technical challenges getting to S4 and the cloud, and there SAP is supporting us with the move to RISE Migration Factory. With the greenfield, of course, the first challenge is just to build the new templates. But the second challenge is to transition seamlessly from old system, old process, old data model to the new greenfield. But Gulnas, you can tell us maybe a little more about that.
Oh yeah, I can tell you. Well, The data migration is not only about the data. What we do in our Greenfield initiatives, we change entirely our business, how we do finance, how we do logistics. And the changes in the processes forces us to change the data model, and the data has to fit to the process. And this ability to translate from R3 to S4, this is the challenge, to understand the old data model and to translate it into the new one. This is the real challenge for us. When I think about our transformation from WM to EWM to embedded warehouse management, we changed the whole warehouse structure. We changed the put-away process from goods receiving over the put-away and the strategy, how we manage our materials. And when you do that huge change, even touching your material data, it has an impact to everywhere, to plant maintenance, to goods receiving, to the way how you call off your goods. It's about change in each and every business area, and to understand how the data produced in the future, to be able to translate it from the legacy. This is the real challenge.
Thank you very much. So now we do not know each other just since yesterday. So we've been working together for multiple years. So I now pretend that I will not be listening when you answer. Yeah. What is your experience? What are the key lessons learned out of these previous projects?
Well, basically, we have learned that the data migration part of the transition needs to work like clockwork. And in order to achieve that efficiently, we need to be leveraging synergies between all the different projects that we have going. We need to be using the same tools, the same teams. We need to be applying the lessons learned from one go live to the next. And so, as you know, Jens, we decided to set up a data migration factory for all of our greenfields up until 2030. And SNP was an obvious candidate as a partner in that. As we have done several greenfields together already, and worked with Crystal Bridge for many years in other different contexts, which we'll be presenting on together later on today. So, so we're really convinced that the combination of SNP software, of Crystal Bridge, and SNP services are going to help us to a successful transition all the way to 2030.
Yes, Jens.
We're counting on you.
We are counting on you.
Yeah, no pressure, no pressure. I understand. So, thank you very much. So, vielen Dank für euer Vertrauen. Danke, dass ihr hier wart.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I think
Danke.
we will hear more about your journey in a presentation later this morning, and I believe Ralf will come tomorrow. Yeah, so you will hear more about how we work together with BMW. Thank you very much for your trust, and thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much.
As well.
Thanks, Jens.
Thank you. So, thank you again, Sheila and Gulnar. So, as I said quite a few times, we are very excited about RISE with SAP. But with everything which we all here can do on the data migration side, we are even more excited about RISE faster with SNP. Yeah, to be honest, I was hoping for a little bit more laughs. Yeah, so I think that's a quite cool tagline from our marketing department. So the core principles of everything we have discussed go back to the vision of our founder. So now, if you allow me to time travel, back to 2010, we are in the year when the first iPad was launched, and when Spain became football world champion for the first time, and hopefully the last time. And when the world order in basketball was still as it used to be. We will learn tomorrow morning at 9:30. We will learn tomorrow at 9:30 from Gordon how this has changed and why. Yeah? But meanwhile, in 2010, in a small company in Heidelberg, the team under the leadership of Andreas Schneider-Neureiter created a new market category, the category of software-based selective SAP data migrations. And as we have seen in the previous section, this category becomes more and more relevant in the market. More relevant because of S/4 and RISE with SAP, but also because the market dynamics push companies to ramp up their transformation capabilities and become more agile. On the other side, we see a trend in the market towards a composable enterprise, which means that mid and long term, not all data will be stored in SAP tables. Yeah? And this is a slide I showed last year. But when we look at the last 12 months, the speed of change is further increasing. When we look at the situation in the Middle East, when we look at the concrete impact of climate change, which we all experience, when we look at the increased impact, the increased relevance of AI, and when we look at the rising world population. Change has never happened that quickly, and it will never happen that slowly again. This is why all companies need to ramp up their transformation capabilities. They need to increase their business agility and be prepared for continued reinvention. So, and I'm overdoing now a little bit, please bear with me. In the past, companies were, I hope nobody from McKinsey is here, so in the past, companies were doing a project with McKinsey for 18, 24 months, then it took them another 6 months to make a decision, and then maybe at the end of the day, they actually did something. But we face a very different situation today. Transformations like carve-outs, system reorganizations, technology upgrades, or a move to the cloud. These transformations happen much more frequently. So we have decided to evolve our positioning in order to reflect that. We see ourselves as the global technology platform leader and trusted partner for companies seeking unparalleled data-enabled transformation capability and business agility. So nothing earth-shattering, nothing dramatically new, but we basically added the aspect of agility. And also, what we are not saying is that we only do this for SAP solutions. So on this slide, you see the architecture many of you already know. With our SAP data migration solution, Crystal Bridge, plus the products in the area of data management, which we basically acquired from DataVart. And here, we have our enhanced architecture, which reflects the vision I just shared. So you will see this slide, please better get used to it. You will see this slide quite a few times during the next couple of days. So please allow me just to point out 4 key headlines. First, we are making our platform much more ecosystem friendly. Second, we will be more agnostic to data sources and targets. And in a first step, we will focus on non-SAP to SAP migrations. Third, we will provide ongoing cloud services to measure and improve data-enabled business agility. And fourth, we will more strongly leverage the power of AI for our platform. So what's important for me here, this is not slideware. For all 4 focus areas, we have very concrete proof points, and I will get back to that in a minute. But before I do that, some of you have spotted the term SNP Kiano on the previous slide. And when you look around here, you might get a sense that we at SNP, we quite like the color of blue. And I think quite a few people would agree. I think, Jan Gilk, you would agree as well, right? That blue is a pretty amazing color. Yeah? So we decided to call our enhanced platform approach Kyano, which comes from the Greek word kyanos, and which describes a greenish-blue color. So what's important, we keep the branding of Crystal Bridge for our SAP to SAP migration solution, but when we talk about Kyano, we talk about everything which goes beyond that. Tara von Metzen, our head of product management, will go into much more details in her innovation keynote, but let me briefly double-click on the 4 areas I just have mentioned. So first, Kyano is supporting our ecosystem strategy, both with technology partners, and here I include hyperscalers, so both with technology partners and system integrators. With our extraction framework, it will become much more simple to integrate technology partners into our scan. And for system integrators, we will make it easier to work with our platform in all phases of a project. In the solutioning phase, you can leverage our new simulation framework, including the capabilities of our technology partners. Then, of course, we will continue to invest in mission control, which is our guided procedure for project delivery. And we will simplify the build phase with low-code, no-code migration content. Second, with our Kyano strategy, we are also integrating the software assets we have acquired from DataVart into our end-to-end migration solution. For example, we now leverage Glue combined with AI data model discovery as a universal data extractor, which allows us to support any to SAP migrations, which previously have been done by third-party partners. And what's important for me, when we mention SAP as a target system, I want to make it very clear that this also includes DataSphere. In the space of any to SAP migrations, we are working together with a really strong co-innovation partner in the US. And you will hear much more about this topic later from Tara and Dominik Wittenbeck, our head of development. And if you want to understand real concrete details on top of that, where is Tim White? Tim White, our head of the US Services Organization, find him this afternoon. He will go into all the details you want to know. Thank you, Tim, for your thought leadership here. Thank you. Real great innovation. Yeah? The next concrete Kyano innovation is the S&P Agility Index. This cloud-based solution provides an assessment, benchmark, and recommendations how you can improve your data-enabled transformation capabilities. You can assess your agility based on criteria like, for example, data quality, technical complexity, or how much data is archived. And you can see your progress against industry benchmarks based on our system-based recommendations. So with this solution, you can be ahead of the curve. And from a data perspective, you're ready. You are ready for your next M&A. You're ready for your next system modernization. You're ready for your next carve-out. Because we all know that in today's world, the next transformation is right around the corner. So last but not least from my side, we will leverage AI in several areas in order to achieve our mission. I already mentioned the topic of AI data model discovery, where AI is helping us to get an accelerated understanding of unknown source systems. Then the summaries and recommendations in our S&P Agility Index are AI augmented. And you will hear more about scenarios like test case generation or interface grouping during the next couple of days. Again, I want to point you to our product keynote right away after lunch today, where Tara will share more insights about Kyano and our innovation strategy. So, in summary, we are pleased with the progress we have made operationally, particularly with regard to our ecosystem and our international growth markets. Second, we are hugely excited about the future. And now Jörg, our head of marketing, will hate when I say that because it's very cheesy, yeah? But we see the future in Kyano colors, yeah? We sincerely believe that the best is yet to come. And we are also equally excited about today, about winning together today, winning together with our customers and partners, and of course, Jan, winning together with SAP. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming to Heidelberg. I hand it over to my friend Jan Gilg. Thank you very much.